Por eso. Te toca por este lado. Ah, bueno, sí, puedes salir aquí. Venga, venga. Por acá puedes. Es que si por allá no la alcanza ni a ver. Ella es mi amiga. ¿No? Yo a esa hora se pasaba bien. Llegaba y ahorita la manera que ahora nos hace
How are you? Good. Laugh now. This side's out. Okay. That's fine. Ready? Walking along, she'll I'll tell you.
Thank you, Mr. Demarty. My honor, and at this time, everyone please be seated. Good evening, parents, friends, and special guests. My name is Anthony de Blasio, and I'm the proud assistant principal here at Hampton-Bates Middle School. Welcome to the class of 2022 8th grade moving up ceremony. Before we begin, please allow me to address a few housekeeping items. Please note, by order of the Southampton Town Code Enforcement, all aisleways must remain clear as a safe passage in the unlikely event of an emergency. Please take notice of our school safety team led by Mr. John Moran, who are with us tonight acting as marshals. We appreciate your cooperation with any special requests they make to ensure your safety and comfort during tonight's ceremony. At this time, please take note of the emergency exits marked around the tent. Restrooms are available inside the high school. By New York State law, there is no smoking permitted anywhere here on school grounds. And finally, please silence all electronic communication devices at this time. Thank you. Okay, at this time, I will ask everyone to please stand as we proudly introduce the American Legion Hand Aldrich Post 924 to present the colors.
Good. Rifleman, right shoulder, hung. Forward, hung. Present. On.
Please remain standing as I introduce Stephen Acevedo to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and the Harmonizers under the direction of Ms. Megan Metzger to lead us in the performance of our national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so
Thank you, Stephen, wonderful academic leader for this 8th grade class. And thank you to the harmonizers for that wonderful performance. Please remain standing as we honor the members of the American Legion and Old Bridge Post 924. Color guard, please retire the colors.
Left over, right, face. Forward, push.
Okay, once again, how about another round of applause for Stephen Everhart. Everyone, please be seated. Thank you. Okay, at this time, it is with great pleasure I introduce our Hampton-based middle school principal, Mr. Dennis Shuck. Please enjoy the evening.
Good evening, family, friends, and special guests. Welcome to the class of 2022 8th grade Moving Up and Awards ceremony. It is my pleasure to serve as principal of Hampton Bays Middle School and to share with you and celebrate tonight's milestone in your children's lives. Please join me in a round of applause for our middle school harmonizers and tonight's honorees. It is my pleasure to welcome special guests who are here with us this evening. Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Clemenson. Board of Education President, Mr. Springer. Board of Education Trustees, Mr. Dunn and Mrs. Scobie. Assistant Superintendents, Mr. Pagano and Mrs. Sullivan. Director of Health, Physical Education, and Athletics, Mr. Walker. Director of Bilingual and Alternative Education, Mrs. Fox. Hampton Bays High School Associate Principal, Mr. Ferraro. Members of the American Legion and Aldridge Post number 924. And finally, welcome to the outstanding faculty and staff with us who help us, our students, succeed every single day. Thank you for being here to honor our middle school students. Tonight we celebrate the success of our 8th grade students, and we deliver a special group of young adults to the high school. Students, you will each receive a certificate that symbolizes progress as you turn the page on your middle school careers and set your paths both as Hampton Bays High School students and as leaders in our local and global community. At this time, I would like to welcome Mrs. O'Halloran to the podium to begin our recognitions and presentation of awards.
It is my pleasure tonight to recognize students for consistent, outstanding academic achievement. These students maintained an average that earned them a spot on the honor roll throughout the entire school year, which is no easy task, especially in the 8th grade. Will these students please stand? Next, I would like the 2017-18 Johns Hopkins University Talent Search recipients to please stand. These students have been identified as the top 5% of student achievers based on the results of local SRI SMI assessments. Let's have another round of applause. Lastly, I would like to honor those students who were inducted into the National Junior Honor Society. These 31 students have already received their Honor Society certificates. They are the academic leaders of the class of 2022, and they also excel in the areas of character, leadership, citizenship, and service. Will the National Junior Honor Society members please stand to be honored by our honors? You may be seated. I hope all of these distinguished students enjoy continued academic success in high school. Good luck, and keep the goal of academic success front and center. At this time, please welcome Mr. O'Toole to present the Math Award and the Algebra Award.
In Math 8, students spent the year dissecting problems with more rigor and depth, focusing on fewer, more central standards, and building a core understanding and connection between mathematical concepts and skill. This year's recipient of the Math 8 Award goes to a student that did just that. This student has come a long way in the 2 years that I've known her. Math wasn't always easy for her, but she persevered. When I think of this student, I recall a quote by Babe Ruth. "You can't beat the person who never gives up." This student has never and will never give up. She has shown all year that she is hardworking and dedicated to improving her math skills. She never accepts a grade lower than a 90 and has maintained a quarterly average of 95. It is with great honor that I present this year's Math 8 Award to Ella Stotsky. And now for the Algebra Award. This year I had the pleasure of teaching algebra to 45 of Hampton Bay's brightest and young minds. We studied topics that had previously been reserved for Algebra 2 and pre-calculus courses. I'm so proud of what they've accomplished this year, and I'm certain they will continue to succeed in their math classes for years to come. I'm excited to present this year's Algebra Award to a student who earned a 98 average in the course. He looks at math differently than many of us do, and he has a way of analyzing problems and finding the solution, no matter how challenging the task. He listens, asks questions, participates, and doesn't leave class each day until he has a thorough understanding of the topic that was taught. When he works with other students, he becomes a leader, and he's been a great contributor to our class all year long. Albert Einstein once said, "The important thing is to never stop questioning." Keep challenging yourself and others the way you did this year, and you will do great things in the future. Congratulations to our Algebra Award winner, Jonathan Sapia. At this time, please welcome Mr. Leobound to present the Social Studies Aid Award, and Mrs. Mackerling, who will present the English Aid Award.
Good evening. This year, the 8th grade Social Studies Award goes to a student who consistently rises to any challenge and always exceeds expectations in class. The bar for class is set very high, but she always does more than what is asked and better than what is expected. If there is extra work to be done, she will do it. If there is one level set for her peers, she looks to rise above it. And it is for this reason that the Social Studies Award is being given to Maria Cifuentes.
The student being honored tonight with the English 8 Award is someone who is exceptionally intelligent and good-natured. She's an insightful reader and talented writer, a student who impressively balances academics, athletics, and is talented musically as well. This student is never too busy to lend a helping hand in the classroom and the community. A true student leader, our recipient tonight is active in our fine arts program. She plays in the honors band, she competes in 4 sports, and she performs in helping out our drama department. She exemplifies the words of Nelson Mandela, who once said, "A good head and a good heart are a formidable combination. But when you add to that a literate pen, then you have something very special." To say she's special or remarkable is an understatement. This year's English 8 Award goes to Aliyah Sukai. Congratulations, Aliyah. At this time, please welcome Ms. Heenan to present the Living Environment Award on behalf of Ms. Haddock.
This year's Living Environment Student of the Year Award goes to a wonderful young lady, one who will be described by her teachers as smart, respectful, hardworking, and enthusiastic. She comes to class each day energetic and eager to learn. I am hopeful that she will continue to have the same impact on others in the high school as she has had here in the middle school. I am honored to present this year's award to the student who has earned the top grades in Living Environment this year, and we all look forward to hearing about her successes as she enters the high school. Great job, and congratulations to this year's Living Environment Award winner, Lily Simpson. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Dayton and Mr. Valedictory to present the Art Award and the Technology Award.
Presenting the Visual Art Award is one of the most inspiring tasks I can imagine. Every year, I am astounded by the quality of the student artwork produced in our school, encompassing both a commitment to design and innovation. This year's recipient of the Visual Art Award frequently takes longer than most to complete projects. but the results are never disappointing. This student is always eager to question project parameters and helps others to see daring and innovative possibilities. Edward Degas once said, "Art is not what you see, but it is what you make others see." As an innovator, this student is always ready to break free from an old way of thinking and embrace a new, more creative way of solving a problem or meeting a need, approaching any challenge with both artistic curiosity and patience. This student's talents extend far beyond the art room. She tears up the basketball court. She has a new profound musical talent with both her vocals and percussion. She designed the t-shirt worn in this year's Music in the Park competition. It is my honor and privilege to present the 2018 Visual Art Award to Alexa Langsdorff.
The Technology Award is given to a student who is dedicated to their work and not worried about taking on new challenges. This year's candidate is an outstanding student that has excelled working with technology and within the woodshop itself. This student often completes their work early and doesn't hesitate to provide assistance to others when needed. This student is naturally inquisitive and was one of the first students to learn how to use new machines and tools when they arrived in the shop. She has also contributed to the construction of larger scale projects that would be used by other groups and clubs outside of the school. Choosing an individual for this award is often difficult, but this year's decision was made without hesitation. Over the past 2 years, she has stood out due to her good character, work ethic, and willingness to learn new things. I am pleased to present this year's Excellence in Technology Award to Karina Borisov. At this time, please welcome to the podium Ms. Fagari, Ms. Strano, and Ms. Burkhart, who will present our Foreign Language Awards.
Tonight I am proud to present the Spanish for Native Speaker Award to a student who I've been lucky to have in my class for the past 2 years. This student never gives any less than her absolute best. She's an excellent role model to her classmates, and to top it off, she is one of the most kind, sweet, and caring students I've ever had the pleasure of teaching. I admire her attention to detail and the effort she puts forth every single day. Tonight, I'm honored to give the Spanish for Native Speakers Award to Maria Cifuentes. The student being recognized for the Spanish Award this evening is energetic and outgoing. He is a conscientious learner who completes his work with care while making each lesson lively and entertaining. I admire his determination and fearlessness when speaking in Spanish. Over the past 2 years in my classroom, this student has never been afraid to take a risk and is always willing to volunteer. This young man wears a smile into class each and every day and is eager to lend a helping hand in any way that he can. I am very proud to present this year's Spanish Award to Andrew O.
This year's recipient of the French Award goes to a student who has continued to impress me with his persistence and ambition in learning French. He is the type of student who isn't afraid to take a good guess. He's usually right, and who genuinely cares about his progress in class. He's always positive in his approach to learning and remains humble at the same time. I will miss his presence in class here in the middle school. Fortunately, though, I will have the honor of teaching James in high school next year. This year's French Award goes to James Salas.
Congratulations, Maria, Andrew, and Jane. At this time, please welcome to the podium Mrs. Spinelli, Mrs. Diabramo, Ms. Ross, and Mr. Naclario to present our next series of awards.
Good evening. It is my honor tonight to be presenting the English as a New Language Award. English language learner students are challenged to learn a completely new language while quickly picking up skills to help them be academically successful. In order to be successful, an English language learner student must meet both challenges with determination, conscientiousness, and perseverance. The student who will be receiving the E&L Award tonight has exemplified these characteristics. From the time the student arrived here in the 6th grade, he has demonstrated a commitment and desire to learn that sets him apart from others. His consistent dedication to the pursuit of his education is admirable, not only to his teachers, but to his peers as well. In 3 years, he has quickly surpassed one goal after another in his pursuit to being successful in a new language. He is truly a role model. It is with great pride that I present the E&L Award to Angel Ramos Mendez. It's my pleasure to present this year's male recipient of the CCC Award. The young man receiving tonight's award has consistently demonstrated with diligence a commitment to his studies, the courage to work through difficulties, and a strong personal character that has the ability to profoundly impact those around him. I look back at the past 2 years and reflect on the growth this student has made. George Washington once said, "The harder the conflict, the greater the triumph." From a young age, this student has overcome incredible obstacles. From his early elementary school years to today, he has truly grown into a unique individual. He comes to school every day excited to learn, hopeful and proud of his academic achievements. He makes every effort to greet and thank his teachers and is witty and humorous amongst his classmates. This student is conscientious and hardworking and demonstrates the motivation necessary to achieve any goal he sets his mind to. Without a doubt, this student will continue to use his character, courage, and commitment to accomplish his aspirations. It is with great joy and pride for me to welcome Michael Gomez to receive
It is my sincere pleasure to present this year's female recipient of the CCC Award. I have had the honor and privilege of watching this young lady bloom, flourish, and mature over the last 4 years. She always puts a smile on my face and in my heart. She has displayed great courage in the face of adversity and worked diligently to overcome any obstacles that were in her path to learning. I have been able to watch her help others without being asked, and she could always be counted on to persevere in her studies. She is cooperative, polite, funny, kind, and brave in approaching challenging tasks. Eleanor Roosevelt so eloquently stated, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." Continue believing in that beauty. It has been said that good parents give their children roots and wings. Roots to know where home is and wings to fly off and practice what has been taught them. You have strong roots in this community, which will help keep you grounded, and you now have wings to fly in a strong and positive direction towards the high school. As this young woman loves to say, I have good news to share with you. It is with immense joy and pride that I award this year's female recipient of the CCC Award to Angelica Alvarez.
The award I am presenting is one that is near and dear to my heart. It's called the Perseverance Award in honor of Matthew McKinnon. I had the pleasure to be one of Matthew's teachers in 8th grade. He was such a great kid, hardworking, respectful, and had a big heart. Matt loved school and everything Bayman. He also had a passion for sports, especially football and baseball. Matthew unfortunately passed away in January 2011 in the middle of his 8th grade year. To honor Matthew's memory, each year we recognize a student athlete who carries Matt's legacy of perseverance in the classroom and on the ball field. The winner's name is permanently displayed on a beautiful plaque donated by Matthew's mom. The plaque is located by the athletic showcase next to the middle school gymnasium. This year's winner embodies many of the same great qualities as Matthew. He's always respectful to both his teammates and his coaches. He would consistently show up to practices and give 100%. In addition to football, he also performed extremely well in lacrosse and wrestling in 7th and 8th grade. Most importantly, this young man does very well academically, taking 2 Regents courses in 8th grade, earning a cumulative average of 90, all while being a 3-sport athlete. This is a true example of the perseverance we admire in young people. So it was a great pleasure and pride that I present this year's Perseverance Award to Logan Brisbane. At this time, please welcome Mrs. Mazer, Mr. Nomori, and Ms. Metzger to the podium.
This year's 8th grade class is an extremely talented one. The dedication and hard work by these individuals made the selection process very difficult. The 2 musicians that have been chosen to receive the choral and instrumental awards are very involved in our musical ensembles. They are very passionate about music. Both of these students have been in band and chorus since the 5th grade. These students are devoted, caring, and accountable. They strive for perfection in every activity that they are involved with. They are very talented vocalists and both have an outstanding tone and amazing note accuracy at all times. Combined with their great attitude and reliability, these students are going to do even more amazing things in their future.
Though these incredible musicians have been excelling in band since they were in 5th grade, since then these students were focused and engaged during every class. Discipline and maturity was evident, as well as talent and leadership. As time went on, I was able to hear them through their instruments, and I was blown away. I was excited to become their band teacher because I knew they would lead their peers and encourage others to push for their best. They were never afraid to step up to the challenge of performing difficult music. Instead, they practiced for multiple hours a week, on top of homework, sports, clubs, and the many other things that these students were committed to doing. As a department, we were always able to count on them when we needed individuals to volunteer for some sort of musical extracurricular activity or fundraising events. These students cared so much about the music program, and it showed on a daily basis. It goes beyond their talents and devotion to our program. No matter how challenging things may become, they still put a smile on their face every day and continue to contribute their best every time they're in class.
I had the pleasure of working with these 2 wonderful musicians and harmonizers. They're both anchors to their sections and role models to the students around them. One is our harmonizers president, and the other received the vocal award at Music in the Parks this year. They've both participated in the NISMA Solo Festival since 5th grade. Our choral recipient is in chorus, harmonizers, band, and theater, and our instrumental recipient is in band, jazz band, chorus, and harmonizers. Their musical and academic achievements are impressive, but they are 2 of the most kind, hardworking, down-to-earth people you'll ever meet. These 2 will go far. The music department is honored to present the choral and instrumental awards to Samantha Colton and Nicholas Mikowski. At this time, please welcome Mrs. Dayton, Mrs. Poland, and Mr. Vega to present our next series of awards.
Tonight,
I am presenting the Family and Consumer Science Award on behalf of Mrs. Bickford. To a student she has enjoyed teaching throughout the middle years. One who shows us how rewarding our job really is. This year's award winner excels academically and is diligent in a quiet way. She is always ready to participate, especially with food labs, and goes the extra mile to ensure the success of her lab group. She has exceeded expectations in the state-required career research project. This student reminds Mrs. Bickford of a quote from Walt Disney: "If you can dream it, you can do it." Tonight's award winner lives up to this quote. So keep dreaming, Nelly Castaldo, and you will do it.
Tonight, I will be giving this award on behalf of Mr. Pago. I am proud to present tonight's Physical Education Award to 2 deserving 8th grade students. There's a poster in the phys ed office that quotes, "Watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny." The 2 students being recognized tonight exhibit good character in everything they do, and this trait is exemplified in a self-directed class such as physical education. They are cooperative yet competitive, kind-hearted yet demanding. They are hardworking and, best of all, fun to be around. Congratulations to this year's VE Award winners, Abigail Hoffman and Aiden Camp.
This year, 2 individuals were selected for the Suffolk Zone Physical Education Leadership Award. This award is presented for outstanding leadership and excellence in physical education. It is a pleasure to formally recognize each tonight. The Suffolk Zone Physical Education Leadership Award goes to Isabella Jaramillo Arango and Stephen Sutton. Please welcome Ms. Middle School Counselor, Mrs. Sears, to the podium.
It is my honor to be able to present to you tonight the recipients of our annual Hampton Bays Middle School STANDS recognition, which stands for Student Award for Notable and Distinguished Service. This award is given to 2 students who have demonstrated exemplary community service participation, both in and out of school. All participants were required to complete a minimum of 10 community service hours accrued beyond the school day. Both of these recipients far surpassed that requirement. In addition, students were required to write and submit an essay answering the question, in your time as a Hampton Bays Middle School student, how has community service changed your view of the world? This award is unique in that students are not only judged by the members of our faculty and staff, but also by the student leaders of the 7th grade. So although this award celebrates service, it also highlights the positive impact these recipients have made on their student peers. We are grateful to the following students for being role models in servant leadership. You have set the expectation in service for all other middle school students who will look to emulate you. It's an honor to present this year's STANDS recognition to Haley Salvarone and Ruth Urbano. I'd like to welcome Mr. de Blasio back to the podium.
It is my pleasure to present the next 2 awards, starting with the American Legion Citizenship Award. Before I get to the awards, we would like to take a moment to honor our veterans and active service members. If you are a veteran or currently serving our military, please stand. We are thankful you are here with us tonight, and we appreciate your service, commitment, honor, and loyalty to our country. You serve as wonderful role models to our children each and every day. Thank you. The American Legion, go ahead. Certainly well deserved. The American Legion Citizenship Award recognizes students who set an example for others to follow, and for those who show respect and care for their fellow peers. The American Legion strongly believes all children should be praised when they demonstrate qualities of character and good school citizenship. If you've had the pleasure of knowing our Legion members personally, you know that these are core values they live by and that they cherish. The following two students have stood out amongst their peers by believing and living by these same core values. It is with great pride that I present this year's American Legion and Aldrich Post 924 Citizenship Award to Christina Georges and Cooper Shea. Okay, the next honor I have the next award, there we go, I have the honor to present is the Parent Teacher Organization Scholarship, or PTO. Before we present this award, we would like to acknowledge the efforts, hard work, and long hours our PTO president has invested to our students and our schools in making a great place. With all that applause, we're going to get even more personal. PTO President Nancy Hughes, please stand so we can recognize. Hope we didn't embarrass you. On behalf of Mr. Shogi and I, the middle school staff, thank you for everything. We will miss you next year, for sure. Now on to the scholarship. This scholarship was a voluntary application offered to our 8th graders and was judged and selected by members of our PTO. Each student will receive a $500 gift card. Bet you the kids are wondering who it is. A lot of money. It gives me great pleasure to award these scholarships to Lily Simpson Hebe and Stephen Sutton. Thank you again, and I wish you all the best of luck as you take the next steps in your school careers here at Hampton Bays High School. At this time, I am proud to welcome back to the podium Mr. Dennis Shutt. Thank
you. People grow through experience if they meet life honestly and courageously. This is how character is built. It is my privilege to recognize two special adolescents honored with our Middle School Character Award, each of whom exemplify these words from former First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt, each and every day at middle school. Many students consistently display compassion, honesty, integrity, and hard work over the course of their middle school years. And the young man and young lady chosen for this award have not only done that, they have also proven themselves as leaders both in and out of the classroom. Each student admittedly welcomes an academic challenge in the classroom, tackling obstacles with tenacity, curiosity, and hard work. These two students make conscious efforts to lead through community service, teamwork, and empathy as members of various middle school clubs and sports teams. For each, their idea of character and their sense of community runs deep. Each of these students was part of noteworthy endeavors this year. Here's a short list that demonstrates the depth of their community and school community involvement. For her, Around the World Night, the school play, foreign language club, honors band, soccer, volleyball, softball, and field hockey. For him, geography club, football, basketball, lacrosse, and wrestling. These are only some of the examples of how these students' concept of teamwork contributed towards making our school culture a positive one. Both are student council officers and represented our school at the Jones Beach Breast Cancer Walk, the East End Cleanup, and the 8th grade spaghetti dinner. She volunteered at the animal shelter and helped make care packages for the less fortunate with Maureen's Haven, and he shoveled snow for the elderly. I was able to witness firsthand the significance of what happens when each has been faced with a challenge. They handle it with perseverance, with courage, and with persistence. These students have modeled how we can each be a crucial part of the special fabric that makes us proud to say, we are Hampton Bays Middle School. Congratulations to this year's recipients of the Middle School Character Award, Riley Gerson and Stephen Sutton. And now it gives me great pleasure to invite Mrs. O'Halloran to present our final individual award for the evening, Valedictory Award.
The fundamental purpose of a school is to create lifelong learners, to promote academics, and to give students the tools they need to succeed in the 21st century. The next award, the Middle School Valedictory Award, is given to the student with the highest overall average. The Valedictory Award is the highest honor we can bestow in a school. This award recognizes superior academic achievement. This year's recipient is an abstract thinker who is self-motivated and a seeker of knowledge. He is described by his teachers as organized, conscientious, and inquisitive. He has an amazing memory, which allows him to recall obscure knowledge and facts. He's an incredible reader and relishes pursuing a subject in depth. He is a student of few words. No one would ever accuse him of being chatty. But when he speaks, his words are wise. He quietly processes, explores, and analyzes what he learns in the classroom. This student can easily connect a small idea to the wider world and make significant contributions between academic disciplines. This student also shines because of his strength of character. He is respectful and helpful to others while remaining humble about his academic skills. He elicits high respect from our staff, but most importantly, his classmates recognize him as a person of unquestionable honesty and fairness. Please help me congratulate the 2018 Hampton Bays Middle School Valedictory Award winner, Ryan Hughes. At this time, allow me to introduce the 8th grade co-advisors, Ms. Daciano and Ms. Heenan.
as co-advisors to the Hampton Bay School class of 2022. What an awesome opportunity it was for Ms. Doss and I to get to know and spend time with this special group of 8th graders. The class of 2022 successfully took charge of school-wide activities, including harvest games, spaghetti dinner, spirit week, and class night. We answered the call for community service by sponsoring the American Cancer Society Breast Cancer Walk to promote awareness and research in the fight. We partner with the Airborne Tri-Team to support returning veterans, and together work tirelessly to alleviate veteran suicides.
Before we sign off tonight, I feel compelled to tell everyone here tonight a little science experiment that happened here at Hampton Bays Middle School this year. For the first time in the history of Hampton Bays Middle School and in the history of the Hampton Bays School District, we taught a Regents class to almost every student in the 8th grade. I stand here tonight beaming with pride for my colleagues and most importantly, for you guys, the class of 2022, who put in, each one of you, your 1,200 minutes of lab hours, sat through review session after review session, and put forth your best effort into living environment this year. We achieved something phenomenal in our first year. There was a 98% passing rate for the exam. I wish you all the very best that high school has to offer, and there are so many new activities for you. Please take advantage of every one you can. Stay involved in school, find your favorite elective classes, keep your academics a priority, listen to the advice of your parents and your teachers and your guidance counselors. The more they nag you, the more they annoy you, the more they're just telling you that they love you. So congratulations, my 8th grade friends. Good luck, be well, keep in touch. You made it through middle school. Thank you. At this time, we would like to begin the formal confirmation of your promotion to Hampton Bays High School by recognizing the members of the 8th grade class. Will Superintendent Clemenson, Principal Shug, and Assistant Principal de Blasio please join us at the podium? Will the first row please rise? Logan Grismer. Karina Borisova. Haley Castaldo. Maria Fernanda Cifuentes. Samantha Colton. Aaliyah Sukai. Christina Georges. Riley Gerson. Michael Gomez. Angelica Rebecca Alvarez. Abigail Hoffman. Brian Hughes. Isabella Jaramillo Arango. Aiden Camp. Alexa K. Langsdorff. Andrew O. James Salas Fernandez. Haley Salmarone. Jonathan Sapio. Cooper Shea. Lily Simpson Peavy. Ella Stotsky. Stephen Sutton. Ruth Urbano. Nicholas Mikowski. Stephen Acevedo. Isabella Acosta. Sergio Acosta Morales. Kevin Aguilar. Juan Camilo Olave. Brian Alvarez. Alexa Armix. Kevin Barrera. Hayden Beavis. Omar Blanco. Alfonso Blas Pinto. Jose Bonilla Martinez. Alyssa Brandis. Sabina Robatovic. Aaron Brosnan. Aiden Caldwell. Erica Caltabiano. C. Cannon. Sherlyn Caroline Cardona Villeda. Robert Casabianca Jr. Brian Chapa Rodriguez. Angie Chinchalima Chapa. James Clinton. Samantha Cooper. Mary Kaz Urizar. Jose Daniel Cascul Torres. Michael Daddy. Cody Davies. Cameron DePetris. Luis Diaz Cortave. Braden Dorchak. McKenna Downs. L. Dunkirk. Christian Durazno. Crystal Echevarria Nunez. Dylan Elizondo. Sandra Encarnacion. Diego Escalon Mendoza. Jamie Flores. Joseph Fava. Alexandra Finley. Karen Fernandez. Jasmine Garcia. Maxwell Garcia. Camila Garnica Hernandez. Laura Giraldo. Isabella Gonzalez. Anthony Gonzalez Molina. Valentina Grajales. Zoe Quambana. Maria Rivera. Melissa Guzman Valencia. Evan Hacker. David Hall. Aaron Hansen. Brianna Hayes. Dalia Hernandez de Jesus. Ana E. Hernandez Sanchez. Charles Holzman. Mariana Ospina. Christian Jara. Reina Jimenez. James Kiernan. Shane King. Alexander Cole. Kaden Corte. Timothy Craycar. Evan Kuffner. Sophia Lowther. Megan Lennon. Mario Lima. Paulina Lopez. Kira Lynch. Emily McLean. Benjamin Madison. Jaslyn Miranda Ramirez. Justin Mala Romero. Benjamin Merritt. Brandon Martinez Jimenez. Deirdre McCallum. Timothy McCarthy. Justin McConnell. Robert McNamara. America Mendoza Medina. Jordan Myers. Andrea Monroy. Sarah Montalvo. Ashley Morales Echevarria. Melissa Morenshell. Caitlin Mounts. Nicole Nunez Jimenez. Dylan Otadi. John Pacheco. Joshua Penna. Erica Reyes Maldonado. Anthony Rincon Carrera. Brian Rivera Pineda. Tanya Perez. Caitlin Peterson. Isabella Pettis. Rodrigo Quintanilla. Maya Ramos. Mia Ramos. Angel Ramos Mendez. Olivia Reed. Mary Reister. Christian Reyes. Scott Robinson. Janelle Rodas Barrios. Melina Rojas. Jocelyn Rojas de Los Santos. Julia Romero Sanchez. Dylan Rocco. Santiago Salazar. John Salazar Barrientos. Eleanor Salvatore. Noah Sanabria. Christopher Sanchez. Kaylee Sanchez. Ryan Shorland. Dylan Schulteis. Sophia Santusin. Fiona Schwarza. Isabel Sheridan. Emir Sardonovic. Giovanna Teresi. Maria Tenuel Montepeque. Maria Urbano. Jennifer Varela Moncayo. Abril Vasquez Montes. Ashley Vega. Nicholas Velasquez Gonzalez. Alexander Baranich. Sebastian Villalobos. Luca Milano. Natalie Vivar. Jaden Willingham. Deriva Wright. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Lars Clemenson.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you the 9th grade class of 2022. you on a job well done, the completion of 8th grade and your time at Hampton Bays Middle School. Sitting under this tent is not a guarantee. It's not something that just happens by living in the middle school for 4 years. It's earned, it's deserved, and for that recognition, each of us under this tent, on stage and in the audience, are very proud of you. Sitting under this tent as an 8th grader is a newer tradition. It's similar to the still newness of Hampton Bays Middle School. And I hope you each understand the importance of what's taking place. In front of all who are in attendance, you probably walked underneath this tent as 8th graders. And in a few short minutes, you will soon probably walk from it as 9th graders. The class of 2022 is a special class of achievers, dancers, singers, actors, servant leaders, a class of some pretty unique characters, if you were present last night at our award ceremony. A class of really great kids, as you heard all of our faculty members share today. As you become a high schooler tonight, you're going to enter the building behind you and have the same job that you had when you entered Hampton Bays Middle School 4 years ago, to leave it and yourselves better than you found it. On Saturday, I'll stand again under this tent and say those same words to the class of 2018 as they leave Hampton Bays and head into the world. But for you all, you have one last stop, and it's that building right behind you. And at that last stop, you have an important job, the most important job of your life so far. It's to figure out first what you love, specifically, not generally. Identify what you love in life. How do you like to spend your time? Who do you like to spend your time with? And then figure out what you're good at, what you're naturally good at, and what you're willing to work at to make you stronger. When those two things intersect, it's going to give you a fantastic answer. Pursue that like mad. What you're good at and what you like. Go crazy. If you like music, join every club, take every class, get on the stage, perform in the play. If you're an athlete, train your brain and your body every day to be a great player and a great team player. If it's science or math or literature or art or history, do the same and dig in. Because when you take advantage of the opportunities before you, like you've done at Hampton Bays Middle School, the world becomes a world of doors, any of which you will be capable of opening. And special guests tonight, in 4 short years, we're going to need them to be ready, because the world has become a challenging place. We see it on TV, on Facebook, when we open a newspaper, and if that's the only source of information we have about the world, we're going to be stressed out. Everything, politics, school safety, current events, they can stress us out. The rigors of school and middle school life can stress us out. We could find ourselves pretty overwhelmed if we just kept our eyes focused there. However, if you kept your eyes focused under this tent tonight, you see something different that we see every day. We see this group of young adults and the kids that they inspire to keep their own eyes on the prize. So for anybody who knows me and knows that I like my hashtags on social media and my gimmicks, I've been especially keen on saying kids these days. And kids these days are what you heard our faculty members talk about tonight. They are symbolic of what Hampton Bays kids these days are all about. And when you look at kids these days, you know we're going to be okay. Students, your next stop is just 4 years long. And in that time, you're tasked to find out what you love and to find out what you're good at. Will pave a path that can make you the smartest, kindest, and most creative citizen that you can be. And the path is going to be different. So please, as Ms. Doss said, take advantage of the many, many opportunities here at Hampton Bays High School. Moms and dads, I sense that you'll tell me the last 9 school years have been the blink of an eye. That it was just yesterday you met Mr. Meyer at Kindergarten Roundup, or that your children crossed the parking lot to Hampton Bays Middle School. And I can assure you, for the parents who have seniors in this room today, under this tent today, when you're back here in 4 more years, you're going to say the next 4 did the same. So please stay involved in your children's education here at the high school. Enjoy all the wonderful aspects of your children's education, discovery, and perseverance. Help them find ways to achieve and help them find ways to struggle and overcome struggle in the years ahead. And we'll work together to do just that. Students, before I close tonight, I want to take the opportunity to recognize some very important people who are seated behind me and who are seated behind you. Your families and your parents in particular deserve enormous amount of thanks. So let's thank them. Thank you to our Board of Education who set the tone and paved the way for our district to be great. I'd like to ask Mr. Michael Dunn to please stand for a moment. Mr. Dunn retires board service this year, and I want to thank him for 3 years of service to the board. He still has 72 hours, so we'll be back under this tent Saturday morning. But Mr. Dunn is a Bayman, was a Bayman, will always be a Bayman, and we thank you for setting a high bar for the Hampton-based schools. Thank you to Mr. Shug and Mr. de Blasio, your talented leaders in the building, to Ms. Dawson, Ms. Heenan, your committed class advisors, and to the tremendous educators who are seated behind me who work for you every single day. In particular, I'd like to recognize a few people from Hampton Bays Middle School. Mrs. Bickford, Ms. Renna, Ms. Callahan, Mrs. Crowley, and Mrs. McGuire. These educators also move up tonight, but more realistically, they move out. In just 48 hours, each of them prepared to retire from serving the Hampton Bays schools and the Hampton Bays community. And I wish to say thank you to each of them for their service to children, their contributions to our great community, and we wish them a happy and exciting next chapter. Our most special guest, the class of 2022. Your time at Hampton Bays Middle School is soon over, but it's given you the foundation to keep growing and keep going. On behalf of the Board of Education and Mr. Richard and Mr. Ferraro from the high school, our district leadership team, and the education, we welcome you to this campus, the Hampton Bays High School graduating class of 2022. Congratulations and best of luck in the future.
Students, congratulations. Thank you for a fantastic 4 years and best wishes in your future endeavors. You will certainly be missed, but we know you will make us proud. We look forward to great things from all of you. At this time, it is my honor to officially acknowledge and recognize tonight's honorees. Will the Hampton Bays Middle School class of 2018, and the Hampton Bays High School class of 2022, please rise.
So much